And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, Jims and Jimettes, to another exciting episode of the D's Nuts Fantasy Football League. Another week and another episode as we're crawling a little bit closer to that championship belt. Only down to two people left. That's okay. It's usually, like I said, we got our usual cast of characters. My name's Nick Johnston, one half of the show over here. We got the commish Mike Fatigato, Mike Fat Cat over here. How you doing?
What up, everybody?
There we go. Unfortunately, none of us are in the championship. So we're just going to be talking about the leagues that we are in championships,
Yeah.
fortunately. So I got my brother's league that I'm in. I was able to get him in the championship in that one. Mike's in his work league.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be talking, solely about that for the next 45, 50 so minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna go over Nick's team,
Yeah.
how he went through his whole
Start to
season.
finish. I'm going to go through the draft. I'm going to go through a quick draft recap on that. And then we'll do the same thing for Mike. We'll flip side to Mike. By the way, Sebastian is here. How you doing, Sebastian? He's in the
How are we
championship
all
for our
doing,
league.
ladies?
Okay, that's pretty good. Thank you very much, Sebastian. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and get to our. No, I'm just kidding. We're just fucking around over here. Don't want to cast no disrespect. Sebastian, he's in the championship. He's going to go up against Pete in our belt league. How the hell are you? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me again, back-to-back weeks that I'm on.
Yeah,
I'm happy that we're all in the championship game at
Yeah.
the very latest.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, unfortunately, if it's not this one, we were able to somewhat enjoy this week and stay, engaged and everything. You survived Alan's trash talk live and in person, so again, props to you on that. That was pretty insane. He was right at you. He was at your throat.
And
He
it
was
came
ready to
down
go.
again to another Monday night game for you.
Oh yeah,
Had
very
to sweat
exciting.
it out with Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Seemed like you weren't confident in him, but
Nah,
Well,
he knows
you
what to
never
do.
know.
He knows how to do it.
yeah. But I mean, I was watching it with Allen at the apartment, and I was all in his face when Keenan Allen was cooking. I was like, "What? Come on!" Because there's
Well,
a part of me that I told him that wanted you to win because I mean, you've never won it before, so
thank you.
give
Yeah,
it a
no, it
shot,
was.
man.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
that.
he was
Yeah,
racking up. Keenan Allen was racking up those catches, and I think I beat him on that big play, which I think should have been a touchdown. I don't know if he stepped out of bounds,
Yeah, and
but
even after that, he was still getting a
oh yeah,
shitload
that
of
was very
catches.
that was
So
very early. That was like the end of this, almost close to the end of the second, and yeah, he was tiptoeing just out of bounds. He almost walked in for a touchdown. That was pretty easy, but
mhm.
yeah, the rest of the day was easy peasy for him. I think he was at least for sure top five in wide receivers that week on fantasy wise. Of course, we'll be getting at all the recaps. There were only two games, and then we'll be previewing all of our other games that we're back to everyone having a matchup, everyone trying to make a place. First place, obviously, my game against Allen's for third place. Mike and Ivan are fighting for fifth, I believe, and
Yeah.
then Sebastian, or excuse me, Dom and AJ are going for seventh and eighth right there. So that of course will be the recap. We'll be going over the waiver wire moves that were made. Actually, some good ones. I'll tell you some inside baseball as to what I was trying to do and I was trying to shake things up. I was trying to fuck things up a little bit. Like I said, I want to make a couple waiver wire moves myself. But yeah, I mean, where do you guys want to start? I mean, I'm sure I can just get into my game really quick with with Pete. A quick recap on that one.
yeah, I want to hear your reaction. I want to hear your
Yeah.
analysis.
Yeah, no, that was
Mhm.
fair. You told me you want my raw reaction to everything,
Yeah,
and I mean, what can I say? I'm upset, of course. I want my team to win, but of course, it has to be Josh Jacobs' worst game on the year and Stephon Diggs' worst game on the year, and as well as Mike Evans' second worst game on the year, only by point seven was the difference between him and his worst game on the year. Uh, I definitely wasn't going to start Deontay Johnson over one of these receivers at this time with these matchups. It's the big what ifs, but of course, I'm a little salty that TJ Hawkinson had his
Yeah.
career game against me, and it's just another one of those guys like go to last
yeah.
year. Jamar Chase has this fucking career, about one of his best games, one of the best fantasy games in history against me in the championship, and then of course leading up into this year, I got T.J. Hawkinson, another person I can go ahead and chalk onto the I hate you list. So I don't. Okay, to
Mhm.
be fair, I don't hate Jamar Chase. I still like him. I'll end up throwing him on my team, but with my luck, he'll end up probably getting hurt or something like that when I end up drafting him. But That's just me being salty. Again, I mean, I can't be upset. You know, a guy like Austin Eckler, he did everything he could. He had 2 touchdowns. I wish I played the number one, the number one quarterback on the week, who was Dak Prescott, just sitting on my bench. And as I'm watching right now, he isn't really having the best game this week. So they get me again, those damn Cowboys. Like I said, just Pete had everything going right. He had all the right matchups. I could have maybe got him if like I said, if I had played an optimized lineup and he played the people that he did, it would have been that. But he had Cam Akers go off for 35. So again, it's just living in the world of what if. I can't be upset. And even if I am, like, if I go into this week, I'm not really too optimistic about my matchups this week. So if it was in the championship I'm not, I wouldn't be very confident either way. So I'm upset that I lost. It's upsetting that these guys took a big shit in such an important week. But, when his guys, 17 for Mixon, he didn't score a touchdown. Kamara scored. Just a nice game for AJ Brown. Like I said, Gardner Minshew was going to cook. He was going to have a good game. And I think
and
it was Devontae Smith who got two receiving touchdowns on the other end. So they had a nice little tandem game, and good for him for playing the birds. So that was good. That was good shit. He played everyone right, and it can't be upset again. And then Patriots, it was right. It all happened at once. TJ Hawkinson had scored a touchdown, and then Patriots had scored a defensive touchdown right after, like within 5 minutes of each other. I'm like, it's over. It's over. It's the hopes and the dreams are over. So the only thing, again, I'll say one last thing. Just I'm glad I didn't shoot myself in the foot. Neither did he on Thursday night, not avoiding playing Christian Kirk, and I playing Zay Jones, who, again, both of them just big shitters. It was a very shitty weather game for the Jags and the Jets. So that's fine. I'll say good luck for the sake of that, but I know you're sitting here as well. So good luck to both of you. I just want to see a good fantasy game, and then just want to take down Allen for third place, I suppose. Like I said, I think that's good little insight. Just the only other thing that kept me somewhat in it, if he kept it as is, was Herbert. Surprisingly, had a very bad game.
Yeah.
Probably fucked over a lot of people in other leagues trying to get into their championship. So again, it's a lot of stuff like that where I'm like, I'm upset where I'm not in it and I want to have the championship, but I'm glad that I don't have to deal with the headache of that shit. There's a lot of injuries this week. There's a lot of injuries. Like Derrick Henry's not playing this week. So I know you would have been upset with that, Mike, if shit like that was going down for you. So
yeah.
And again, like I said, one last thing. It's like, again, injuries like Austin Eckler is the first time this week he's on the questionable list. So just like, fuck, like just injuries are hitting everybody. So yeah, that's about it. That was a good game. Good luck, Pete. Just we both haven't had the championship. So again, another opportunity for someone to go grab it. Good. Good
there
enough.
will be someone that's never won before.
Absolutely. It's music to my ears. Love hearing that. So with that being said, if you guys are good on that matchup, we could preview on or go recap on the Sebastian and Allen's.
Yeah.
You put up a good fight, Nick. But yeah, like you said, I mean, Pete's team decided to go off at the perfect time.
Yeah, T. Higgins had a nice game too. I mean, it's very bad, and it's a downer when like my team when it's a down game and they score like 130 or 140. I'm like, well, fuck. And again, going up against a buzzsaw, going up against the highest scorer on the week, 170. Had to have been on my tip-top position. Could have maybe, but again, can't live in the world of what if, because he could have also countered and played Cam Akers for some reason, and he had 35 because the Broncos just didn't show up. They heard they were on Nickelodeon. They wanted to put on a cartoon show, and they
the revival of Cam Akers.
Yeah, the revival of Cam Akers, the renaissance of Baker Mayfield's career. Maybe Ivan was right. Maybe Baker Mayfield figured it out. Maybe
yeah.
I mean, at least for me, I was a little too quick to judge, but at least in Baker Mayfield, I said he was cooked. He was done. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, like I said, that's all good to go. We can look at Sebastian and Allen if you're all good.
Sorry that TJ hawked a loogie at you.
That's a good one. That makes it sting a little bit less. But if I see him in person, run, TJ Hawkinson. You better.
All right, yeah, let's jump to
Sebastian. He's like a foot taller than me. He'll probably beat me up, so it's okay. Either way,
sell your stuff short.
On to Sebastian and Alan, if you guys are good.
Yeah, Sebastian
yeah.
Allen and Allen, who started Josh Allen against the Bears. Like, what kind
Yeah.
of Bears fan is
Classic
Allen?
Bears fan move. You know, like we said it earlier, you guys came down to Monday night. I mean, take the floor. What was your game plan? How were you feeling the whole time, Sebastian?
So yeah, I wasn't like nervous. Like I said last week, I can't. I mean, fantasy is a lot of. I think a lot of it has to do with luck. Like you said, like anyone would have lost to Pete if they play them, right? So, um, so I just decided to fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. I just started the players that I believed would do the best. It got the job done. There was a couple duds on my team, so I was kind of worried. And Allen had a couple big time players, like for example Christian McCaffrey, who only had 13 points. Very disappointing, especially what he's been doing the last couple of
That is
weeks.
not very Christian
Yeah.
McCaffrey like to have 13. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, 26 the last game. I mean, when they played against Seattle, 30 against Tampa, and 28 against Miami. So yeah, that was really big for me. Aaron Jones only got Allen 5 points.
Yeah.
That was huge. I kind of try to counter that with, going with the bad man, Aaron Rodgers, but he didn't help me out that much either. Let's see. J.K. Dobbins giving me, now this is on my side of things. J.K. Dobbins only giving me 5 goddamn points, dude. I
Yeah.
just can't figure this man out. Every time when I play him, he just shits the bed, and every time I don't play him, he just goes off.
Yeah.
I can't figure this man out.
Nick Folk really was the big -2 points. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's
you never
funny
want
that
to see a
Kickers, there was a
player
lot
get
of weather
negative.
this week. That's why, I mean, just to quickly go back to mine, I dumped Tyler Bass at the last second, grabbed Grand Gano, and he had 14 as opposed to Tyler Bass's -2 as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
it was a lot of weather, a lot of wind was the issue, not just like dealing with rain. It was just a lot of 20-mile-per-hour winds that were fucking everybody's day up. And it
Yeah.
seemed to be the issue.
Oh, this was actually, wait, let's reframe my statement. I was actually kind of nervous because it started off, my matchup started off Thursday. Jets versus
Yeah, well,
Jaguars.
it did start off a little bleak. Garrett Wilson didn't do too well for you. Etienne did his best. He had 14 in a game where he didn't score, which is pretty decent.
He could have scored one time, but he's just too small to like.
Yeah, no, they went
on the
with
yard
Trevor
line.
Lawrence, who's
Yeah.
exactly, he's 6'4". He's gonna jump right over, and they were at the goal line, so it makes a ton of
Yeah.
sense that they did that. So
Yes, I can't even be mad at that. But man, dude, I feel like he has so many opportunities where he could just like, if he was just a little bit bigger, he would be able to power through them. But you could just tell he's not a big guy. Etienne's not a big guy. He's more explosive, and so, but he got me respectable points. The biggest one was Garrett Wilson, and dude, Zach Wilson. I'm sorry, but he's a bum, dude.
Oh yeah, no, but don't apologize to us. We
a
probably feelings
bum.
mutual with that. He's done.
Yeah, he is so bad.
I mean,
Yeah, Garrett Wilson giving me 4 points, so I was actually kind of worried about that. And then Folk giving me -2, but Justin Jefferson did his thing. Stud. Keenan Allen, who is the reception god, or like the quantity guy. And then Jalen Waddle being able to waddle, and he waddle away. But I don't think he's going to do that this week. But yeah,
they still lost.
Yeah,
I bet him to score a touchdown maybe 5 minutes before his touchdown hit, just because in the points bet code SYS9, if it still lasts, gives you he's giving out free bets left and right. So that was fun. Plus 175, bang!
Like,
and I'm like,
oh no way!
Just
took it to the house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I'm at somebody else's family's house because I was with my girlfriend, and then I'm like freaking out. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, of course, that's my first impression is it's like I'm gambling in front of somebody else's family.
That was your first impression. Wait, that was your first time meeting them?
Oh no, not Yessy's family. No, not my girlfriend's family. It was just. We went to a
people?
No. Yes, kind of. Long story, but we went to a gender reveal, so that was fun. It was a boy. It's gonna be a boy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Merry Christmas to that. That was pretty
They,
funny.
them.
We're gonna I told him you should let the baby decide what the gender is
Yeah,
gonna be. That's just kind of what's gonna be.
it's only right.
Brush out the
Either
wound.
way.
He's gotta
So
make
if you win this year, Sebastian, you're getting a Jefferson jersey or
Yes.
Waddle.
Oh, he's
I'm
gonna
getting
waddle away.
Justin Jefferson jersey 100%. I mean, dude, the guy has been just a straight up stud. I mean, he started off the season against you, Mike. Against, first of all, two things against your team, your fantasy team,
Okay.
and your actual team, the Packers that
Yeah.
you support, getting 40 points.
Is it dumb to say that I mean, I might not, but if I had 1-1 in some sort of draft, is it dumb to take Justin Jefferson 1-1?
No.
I think it's 100% worth it. I mean, he's shown
I'm looking at
time
his
and time
stats right
again
now. Yeah, I mean,
he's more reliable than anybody that's going. He's everything that everybody wanted in Cooper Kupp this year when they probably took him fourth or fifth or sixth overall in the first round. And Jefferson was coming on the tail end. He was probably after Stephon Diggs in other leagues. Not in ours. I think I got Diggs on the after you got him. But just
pains me so much as a Packer fan because I remember watching that draft. That's a draft when the Packers picked Jordan Love. And I remember they wanted Justin Jefferson and the Vikings traded up right in front of the Packers. I remember I was sitting there like, please, no, don't do it. And they picked Justin Jefferson. He's been like such a stud. I could not even imagine if he was on the Packers with Devontae Adams on the same team. That would have been disgusting.
Rodgers would have just ignored him.
Yeah, he broke.
He would have
Come on. Justin Jefferson, especially these past 3 weeks when it matters the most with playoffs and stuff. I mean, 35, 31, 32. And yeah, he's about to play the team that he had 40 against week 1. So we'll see what happens with that.
I think I have to, like I said, I think I said to the first podcast I was on that I would buy his jersey if he won me the league, and so I think I'm gonna have to. I mean, dude,
he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's had 8 games this season over 30 plus points.
That's insane. That is fucking insane.
I think he broke Randy Moss's record, right, for the single
for the yardage.
That one game, he had like 200 plus yards. He had like 20 plus points without even scoring a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. He's a manimal. He's crazy. It's just unbelievable performances.
Yeah, against the Lions. He had 35 points against the Lions, and he didn't even score a touchdown.
That's just not even fair. That's not fair.
Holy
simply
shit,
not
I didn't
fair.
even realize that. You're right, Mike.
That was just all from his yards and his catches.
He's countered it with only like one game where he's had like 4 points. Maybe I think it was very early on.
First time.
Very early on against the Eagles, I think he had like 2 receptions for 17 yards. Excuse me, so like something like that. But other than that, exactly like you just said, 8 performances over 30 points. That's redonkulous, as the kids would say. Just quickly looking at your guys' matchup. CeeDee Lamb did everything you could, 35. Josh Allen had 23 on an iffy game. I think he had two turnovers on that game against the Bears. As well as Ryan Suckup having 16 on Sunday night on Christmas night. But Ramondre Stevenson, I honestly don't even know what happened to him. He just went down with an ankle injury. It looks like I'm just reading the reports right now. David Njoku didn't have a good game. Juju Smith, very weird with the Kansas City Chiefs. They either highly target somebody, most likely it's Travis Kelce, and the other times it's just they dip and dunk and they go to like 10 different guys on the Chiefs. That's just the way that the Patrick Mahomes has been dealing it this year. And just not a good enough day for Juju. Following it up, I think Aaron Jones was in and out of the lineup during the day. He was limited all week during practices. So not a good one for him. Not a good Christmas Day performance for Aaron Jones. However, he does get the win for for Green Bay, and keep their fantasy hopes alive, or they keep their playoff hopes alive. I know Mike's jumping for joy for that one.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited about what's going on with the Packers right now.
They just gotta win. They gotta win out. You're getting a little bit of help, I think, from the Commanders and like the Lions and some other sort. But I mean, you guys
Yeah, I'm part of this Packer fan page, of course. So like they
Yeah.
post stuff about what they need to happen all the time. So it's like, yeah, the Packers just need to win these last 2 games at home, and the Commanders need to lose against the Browns or the 49ers, and that's really it. And if
Yeah.
for some reason the Commanders don't lose, they need the Giants to lose their last 2 games. But like that's not going to happen. So I'm just banking on the Commanders losing one of these games.
I think what the Giants are going up against. I can't think of off the top of my head, but they're going up against a very lollipop team this week. So most likely a win for the Giants.
Yeah.
Commanders. I think you were onto something. I know we'll get into the betting later, but Carson Wentz coming back a little late in the season. That might be. I don't think that's going to be.
We all know how my brother feels about him.
Oh yeah, I think I still have that saved on my phone for the playback on how Nick feels about Carson Wentz. But yeah, that's the Commanders that need a little. They need to get in. They need a little bit of help. But yeah, again, flip flopping quarterbacks this late.
Yeah, I want to just say but what are they doing?
That's very weird.
Taylor Heineke, who's been cooking with just with Terry McLaurin, everyone on the team, and Carson Wentz, when he has been playing, has been horrible. So it's like, why do this right now when you need to win?
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense.
I understand the idea of you're paying Carson Wentz X amount of money, but if you're wanting to win, you have a good chemistry with this guy. I think Taylor Heineke was the move. And like, you're going to bench him after playing the 49ers. Like, that's a tough way. They shouldn't have even been in that game as they were, as far as I recall. I mean, again, I know he probably had a sloppy game and whatnot. Not a good move, not a good look for the Commanders making such a late move, but regardless, that's fantasy. Do you have any final comments on this recap between Sebastian and Alan?
I think we're
some parting
good.
words for Alan on his team. I know, like I said, you had him. Did Alan say anything as like a memoriam for his team while you were chilling with him on that Monday night, Mike?
Oh, was he saying? Alan honestly wasn't too. He didn't seem too phased by it that much.
He really wasn't before. So
did he give any parting like "fuck yous" to anybody? I didn't like. I think he said like, "Hey, I hate Aaron Jones."
I'm sure when I sent that video, he was flicking the camera off.
Okay. I know not. He wasn't like yelling at us. Like I said, was he barking at his team? Was he pissed off at?
No, yeah,
like,
I was
Aaron
gonna
Jones?
say Alan really wasn't that mad.
Okay,
honestly.
Okay.
We were kind of just chilling and.
Yeah, talking to him today, he seemed like, I'm okay with it, just for the same reason. No, neither of them have been in the championship, so he's like,
that's why I was happy I at least lost a Pete, because it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So shit like that. Yeah.
It was a good game,
further
Alan.
ado, yeah, good games all
Sorry,
around.
Alan.
All that shit talking about end of the day, it's all about respect. But your wife is still in me DMs.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the last somebody commented on a thing and said good chemistry, boys, good shit, good vibes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, oh, thanks, dude. That was cool. So I forgot who the name was. So thanks for that. We're gonna be posting this again. Yeah. So yeah,
awesome.
love the comments, love the little upticks. Like I said, as of right now, gonna be on YouTube for a little bit.
We love you.
Yeah, without further ado, we could flip to the waiver wire. This is obviously the most important waiver wire. This is the championship round. It is the waiver wire.
This is the waiver wire hour, presented to you by PointsBet, code SYS9.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. So you want to take her through this from the bottom of the top?
Yeah, it starts with Jared Goff, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so it starts with Jared Goff getting Jared Goff, dropping Tua, giving up on Justin Herbert. Pete does, but it's a good pick up, I feel like, because he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown, so good for Pete. Sebastian gets Trevor Lawrence, drops Aaron Rodgers.
He
Wow.
just wasn't doing it, man.
When they're fighting for the playoffs and they're about to play the Viking,
Look, man.
I'll give it to you. Trevor Lawrence has he's been great this season.
I don't think it's
So
necessarily that I just don't trust Rodgers. I just don't trust his receivers, man. Like
Yeah.
after watching that game, there's a couple like throws that are like, okay, these are definitely catchable.
Yeah,
And
they might
after,
not have Christian Watson this week.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
unfortunately.
yeah.
especially if Christian Watson isn't playing, then yeah, that's understandable. Nick, Evan Ingram, goodbye Ravens.
Yeah. Just
Pete-
trying, like I said, trying to rock the boat, trying to shake the boat. I understand everyone kind of needs a tight end, so might as well grab this guy
Wow.
while he's red hot. Maybe fuck it, maybe I'll throw him in my flex spot. Watch out for that, Alan.
Wow.
what
Pete
a move.
gets the alligator, drops Zach Moss,
Good move.
Algier. Sebastian gets AJ Dillon.
Good
Wow.
move.
Drops Antonio Gibson. AJ Dillon's been doing great the past
Also-
2 games. So
Hopefully Aaron Jones doesn't show up.
hmm.
Blows up his knee.
And AJ Dillon could be a good start.
He can be a
Honestly.
vulture again this week.
Yeah. He's been vulturing so many touchdowns from Aaron
Yeah,
Jones.
Aaron Jones is questionable again, but I think he is practicing. Most likely going to play.
Johnston gets Young Hoku.
I needed a kicker.
Goodbye,
in a
Graham
dome.
Gano. And then after the waiver wires, these are just moves now. Sebastian got Jahan Dotson. Goodbye,
move.
J.K. Dobbins. You got Jason Myers. Drop Nick Folk after getting you negative.
Yeah, you can't be on my team and give me -2 points. I don't care what the weather conditions were.
And
No.
Dom.
There goes your
Especially-
streak of New England Patriots kickers on your team. I know you go from Goskowski to Folk. That's just
That's
it
Oh,
just
yeah.
seems to be what it is in there. So I mean, yeah, I understand completely get you -2. Your bench, dude. That's no good. Not gonna get.
Yeah, I
away
don't
with
care
that.
anything about the conditions. I mean, can you imagine if I was literally lost by 2?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine?
Oh,
I would have
wow.
probably deleted the app, honestly.
Yeah. You know, the if you follow the fantasy football, if you follow the app on Instagram, they come out every week with the toughest scenes, I think they call it, and it's the matchups that people lose by 0.2, 0.3. And
Yeah.
you scroll through them and you're like, oh, I don't even want to see that. That's just so upsetting.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just it's bad breaks, bad beats like that. You never want to see it. We actually have one more. There was one more move made. It wasn't even for anybody. What was the last one there, Mike?
This is the best. one.
Dom just drops Derek Carr.
Makes a ton of sense. Makes the most sense. He's not going to be playing. He said he's done. I was told he left the facility. That he just pulled the Marcus Mariota from what I
Yeah, he
understand.
quit.
But I don't know if that's entirely true. It makes, again, I mean, if they're just going to bench him, they're most likely going to trade him or just cut him next year. They don't want to get him hurt and have to pay him $40 million again next year. So makes sense. Does he get traded and go with Devontae Adams? Does Devontae Adams go to the Buccaneers? I don't know. Who knows?
This might go to the Bears.
Oh,
I hope
Bears.
he goes to the Bears.
That'd be cool. I want T. Higgins on the Bears. I saw one little thing, rumor mill, that they're trying to do something like that, but I would just, again, maybe just
Imagine
maybe just
Devontae
bias.
Adams on the Bears.
I'd rather have Devontae.
I'd be so
Yeah.
mad. I'd
We
want to
need
kill
a-
myself.
We need like a stud A receiver for like Justin Fields. I mean, dude, it's been a proven thing to work. I mean, look at Tua, Tyreek Hill,
Mhm.
let's see, Joe Burrow.
I mean,
Jamal
Justin
Chase.
Jefferson and Kirk Cousins. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Stephon
Keeps Kirk
Diggs
Cousins
and what's his
relevant,
face?
yeah.
And God damn it, I can't remember who.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Like,
Yeah.
Aaron
Yeah, they were-
Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers is great, but when both of them were on the same team, it was just different.
Yeah.
I mean, I argue
Yeah.
this all the time that Fields is the guy, no matter what anyone wants to say, and that if they always argue like, "Oh, you don't have superstars on there. You got to make superstars." Justin Fields, when Darnell Mooney is healthy, he can make him a viable option, but he still needs a star-studded like
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs,
Yeah.
Devontae Adams-esque fucking Tyreek Hill type guy. If we can get Devontae on the Bears, That would be
I mean, they
crazy.
have the cap space
Yeah.
for it
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
And I only argue
Someone-
T. Higgins because he's a second right now. But if you throw him on any other team, he's most likely their number one. I mean, he's just.
Yeah.
I think he's that good. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I drafted him in other leagues and other people did too. So
Yeah, the Bengals have a very good receiving core
they're-
with
I-
Tyler
yeah.
Boyd and
Oh, they're
T. Higgins
insane.
and Jamar Chase. Yeah.
I think
they're
it's just important to get a
so
stud
crazy.
because if you're like a young developing quarterback and you throw picks, like dude, now like the shelf life for a quarterback is so short. So it's like
Yeah.
you got to prove yourself. Like for example, Zach Wilson, he's
Yeah.
probably not ever going to start ever
Oh,
again.
no, he's
anywhere.
done. He's done.
Yeah.
So you need a receiver that you could like when you have a bad throw, they could bail you out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you just say, oh, fuck it, Devontae's down there somewhere, boom, and he gets you out of it. So hopefully, I mean,
Yeah,
a
Tyreek
man's
Hill's one of
dream-
the best at doing that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just throw it down
exactly.
there, he's gonna know he's gonna be down there to at least try to catch it. So
That's what I'm saying, and so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see what the Bears do. Maybe it could be Chase Claypool. I know he's kind of just been lingering. He's been hurt. He hasn't been playing very much. They made the comparison. 0-6 since making the Chase
Oh, that was
Claypool
so
move.
stupid.
Yeah,
That was stupid.
that's clearly correlation doesn't equal causation, my
Yeah,
guy. I
literally.
understand he hasn't been very helpful, but he hasn't been healthy, and I'd rather him get
Wasn't it
healthier
that-
for next year instead of being on a 3-11 team right now and then end up getting more severely hurt or in some aspect. So
Wasn't it the NFL like official account that posted that?
I don't know, someone like that, or BR, like Bleacher Report type
Bleacher Report.
deal. Someone along those lines, someone with that type of following ship. And again, you're just like, what do you do? Who are these people that get paid to like make that, like to turn that into a stat? You're insane.
The media just hates the Bears, man.
Yeah,
Like
that
they just
too.
get clowned on.
That too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, somewhat redeeming that he's like, oh, maybe Justin Fields is good. And you're actually hearing that just media around the media, not just like in our echo chambers on Chicago radio and
Yeah.
like on podcasts
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I
Like,
think
oh,
Justin Fields has, I mean, now that the season's coming to an end, I mean, I think he's more than proven himself this year.
Oh,
that
yeah.
He's more than viable to
well, a
be.
ton of people argue again, you redraft that draft, he's going to go way higher than he
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's going to be again one of those things where it's always like, like the Bears picked Trubisky over Mahomes and stuff like that. It's like the Jets picked like Zach Wilson over Justin Fields. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
And
what are you
that was the other
doing,
thing
man?
too. Like if they would have lost the game that they won, they could have been in the position that the Jags were in. They could have drafted Trevor Lawrence, and we would have been talking about the Jets going to the playoffs instead of Zach Wilson completely screwing them
Yeah.
over for another 5-10 years possibly. When Joe Flacco is more of a viable option than you are, when you're going to a guy that was on the practice squad, I don't even
I
remember
mean,
his
the
name.
other guy was
was moving the ball way
It
better
was
with a better
crazy too
passion.
because the offense looked so much better instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly.
I
Yeah,
was
that should tell
watching the
you.
betting odds change on the apps, and like the odds were like they were changing fast for the Jets. Like they were thinking like they might actually come back. I was
Yeah.
like like Sebastian was saying, it looked like a completely different team.
Yeah, this guy was just running the ball. He was
Yeah.
dinking and dunking a little bit, but he had like 50 yards within his first series. And it's just like, damn, he actually just looks like he's knows the offense just sitting there. Zach Wilson has no idea what's going on. They were only handed those 3 points because Trevor Lawrence had fumbled so
That
early.
fumble,
but,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think that first drive that guy came in, I think he had damn near almost the same amount of yards that Zach Wilson was able to
yeah.
produce on offense.
I think
Like, in
you're
first
exactly
drive.
right. Yeah,
Wow.
the same
First
amount of
drive.
production in a quarter of the time. So
Yeah.
that's just again goes
I
to
mean,
show
they just
you.
they're waiting for Mike White to come back, so
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
back this week.
I don't think he's the answer
And-
necessarily, but he's going to be
No.
good enough to get you somewhere. I think just for
Yeah.
now. In the meantime, I
He's at
think
least better than Zach Wilson.
100%.
We know that.
100%. He will just go down as the guy who fucked his friend's mom. That's or his
Yeah.
his
And
mom's
if-
friend.
what-
Excuse me.
One of the
other way
things that
around.
matters the most is the team needs to be on your side, man. Zach Wilson's lost the team at this
Yeah.
point.
The way
they
he
don't
conducts
want him.
himself during interviews, the way he talks, he doesn't seem like the way he just like he puts off more blame than Aaron Rodgers does. Just it's a shame. It's just the way he talks.
No.
Just Yeah, I just waiting for that
At the
one.
New England Packers.
Yeah,
So,
no, honestly, like he's like, yeah, I don't want to throw away balls, and it's just like I don't. What was the other thing? Just whenever
The
they
main
did
thing
lose,
was
yeah.
when they were like, did the defense, like, did you let the defense down? And he
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
that was it.
no.
no.
Exactly.
It's like,
That's what I was,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I was alluding to. That you can't win with something like that. So well, good luck with the Jets and everything that they're looking on. Quickly inside baseball on these waiver wires moves. My first move was going to be for Jared Goff. Like I said, I was trying to stir the pot. I knew both of you needed a quarterback, and Jared Goff, in my opinion, and apparently in Pete's opinion, had the best matchup. Going up against the Bears, they're the highest total on the week at like 52.5 or something like that. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna be crossing your fingers and making sure that Jared Goff doesn't do nothing. Making sure, maybe I think they had 2 interceptions against Jalen Hurts. I don't see him bouncing back and Jared Goff having any rushing yardage and rushing touchdowns. So if you can get just a slightest little hint out of that, and you don't get like a big Jared Goff performance, that's gonna be fine. I think. Yeah, I know, and
Yeah,
I understand that you're going to be deciding between Trevor Lawrence, of course, and I think Jalen Hurts is actually participating in practice. So I know you'd be probably talking. I
is
don't
he
know,
really?
maybe yeah, you can go ahead and check for yourself. But I think I saw that he was limited with his shoulder today.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that.
I don't know. It's a good move. Like I said, it's completely up to you. I don't want to sway you either way. I am going to be like completely full disclosure on my thoughts, my opinion, just because I'm not in it anymore. So I might as well just spill the beans and spill my guts on opinions and stuff. Like I said, I took Evan Ingram because I feel like, again, it would maybe not screw you guys all overall directly, but taking a guy like Evan Ingram, who's been a huge target, so I might as well make the move. And again, I had Tyler Algier and AJ Dillon sitting like ready to go, and at the last second, I go, we'll go Jared Goff, and then we'll go Evan Ingram, and then we'll go with my kicker. That was my move. So I guess have fun with Tyler Algier. A lot of people are pumping, or at least for Pete, have fun with that. A lot of people are saying he might have a big week there. I guess Cordell Patterson's going to take the back seat, and AJ Dillon, he has potential if he takes if he vultures like he has been against AJ or against Aaron Jones, who's been questionable every throughout this week, and they've been basically a 50-50 split. So I don't know what you're gonna do. I know, of course, you got some flex spots and some decisions to make. So go ahead and go with that. And one with Young Hoku, because kicking it in dome, baby. Gotta go with that. Personally, again, love the Jahan Dotson move. Again, if you're gonna go with that, not the worst decision when Carson Wentz was with the Commanders and going. He was going to Jahan Dotson. So if don't want to sit there and sway you again, but a good move. And yeah, that's that. Basically, that's that. We can get into matchups if you want to go.
Yeah,
go forward
this
with
was
that.
something funny I just saw from the game tonight.
Yeah, shoot.
The offensive lineman on the Titans, Taylor Lewin, I think is his name.
Yeah, Taylor Lewan.
Yeah, they posted this graphic, like players getting injured. I have a blurred background, but let me turn that off and see if you can see anything.
Yeah, that's
They posted this graphic of like the injured players, and they put like him in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
He's been hurt
god.
so often.
Oh my
He just
god.
retweeted it like, who's responsible for this?
Oh. He just puts the dead emoji. He just puts the skull. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's those graphics between NBC, Fox, and I guess Amazon Prime now. They're goofy. They're so
Yeah.
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
I look forward to those.
I love when Barstool puts it up there like, oh, the curse graphics are back, and it's just like it's like a doll of somebody. Like,
Some
oh,
of them are
geez.
really, really bad though.
Oh,
Yeah, some of them are like
terrible.
scary. Like,
Oh,
Who,
yeah.
who does the ones they're like animated? They animate it. Is that NBC?
Yeah, all of
Like-
them. Yeah, between NBC, Fox isn't too bad. Some of them are pretty goofy, but when Joe Buck, actually no, Joe Buck does the ESPN games now, right? I don't remember.
yeah, I think they switched that around. But
Yeah. Either way, looking okay. How do we want to tackle this one? I had my matchup against Allen. We had 2 people go on this Thursday. We seemed recording a little bit later than usual. It seemed like it was okay because we had a fun little get together yesterday that postponed the recording, and then we decided like, yeah, it didn't affect the championship game, which was the most important game out of our league, obviously. So
Mhm.
doesn't really matter. Might as well just wait until next time. Wait until after the game. It didn't matter. Like I said, yeah. Ooh, looking at your score right now, Ivan took a big little lead as of right now against you, Mike. 46 to 10. But like you said earlier, he had 3 people going. He had 1.
Yeah,
And
you went Cowboys heavy.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, not a good start for AJ in the seventh and for the 7th place round as he plays an inactive Tony Pollard. But again, we're kind of in the toss up of who really cares. So, and we're not a punishment league. We're just what would it just be? We're just a belt league. We just want the belt. We just want the pride. We just want the way. The way of saying we won. That's all we want in this league. Who wants to go first? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody?
On the 7th place game.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll just go through that one, and
Yeah.
we can go
Let's
through
start
all
from
of
the
ours really
bottom
quick.
to the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the bottom.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, an inactive Tony Pollard is not gonna start off
Oh no.
AJ too hot, but the projections still give him the edge as of right now. Just looking around, we see David Montgomery maybe can have a good game, but the Detroit Lions have been only letting up a very minimal amount of rushing yards. Jamar Chase, I mean, this Monday night game, excuse me, this Monday night game is going to mean a lot to a lot of people. The Bills
Yeah.
versus the Bengals, between Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, probably Gabe Davis on some other people's teams, maybe even Devin Singletary from the Bills. And then on the flip side, Mixon, Chase, T. Higgins, maybe Boyd, and of course Burrow. That game is going to be absolutely just monstrous. But yeah, Jamar Chase going from the championship from one year to the fucking shitter the next. Yeah, that's just how it goes. And then we got Tyreek Hill going to be getting some passes, unfortunately, not from Tua, but from, I believe, Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the starter for Miami this week. That's why I think New England is the odds-on favorite right now. I think they've already had a couple games where Teddy Bridgewater threw to Tyreek Hill, but he's one of the leading receivers in the league for a reason. He can do it with just about anybody.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it to Tyreek Hill to put up some good points. On the flip side, I wouldn't put it past George Kittle to have a good game against this Raiders defense, who is just Swiss cheese. They don't fucking defend anybody. DK Metcalf also looking to be probably highly targeted. I think Tyler Lockett might be back from the finger surgery. I have him on another team, so I'm kind of looking back and forth on that. But I would still think in this game with a healthy DK Metcalf, you're going to throw to him a ton. Also, probably going to be highly relying on Saquon Barkley up against the Colts. The Colts have completely checked out, and it would make a ton of sense for them to be highly relying on Saquon Barkley, considering the Giants, like you said earlier, with them needing with the Packers, everyone needs to win. The Giants need to win and secure that they can get a wild card spot. It would be a highly likely situation that they go with Saquon Barkley to get some scores, to get some yardage, to get some receptions. So got that. And I mean, Justin Fields as well. So he does what he does on the ground. He's elite. I think he's seventh in the league in rushing. So we got a good game right there. Tons of points to be scored. I even glanced over Patrick Mahomes also going for AJ. So this is a fantastic game. Got a lot of good matchups. Anything I missed?
No, you literally hit it right on the head.
Yeah, Johnson's always gets everything.
Bing bang bong. Appreciate
You
that.
mentioned that Jonathan Taylor, Dom's still holding on to him on the IR.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
He's coming back.
Yeah.
It's good hope. I mean, we got the IR spot for a reason. Might as well use it. Who
And
cares?
Dom still has P Ride on his team.
No, he does not.
He does. He's got P Ryan. He's got James Robinson. And he's got two. You can add Dom. You can just add 2 guys like for free. Like you have 2 open spots. Just
And James Robinson, how about he did nothing? He got traded.
I think he's
and did
inactive. I don't think he's gonna
nothing.
play this week either. Again, full disclosure, excuse me, Dom. I'm always fucking this up. I'm always fucking names up.
He had 19, 15, 23 the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then he had nothing.
Yeah, I thought I got a steal with him in one league. Yeah, no, that's the it's clearly see that Travis Etienne Jr. picked up week 4 and just took over from there.
Yeah.
That was his team from here on out. So makes a ton of sense. And he was traded halfway through the season to the Jets. They needed somebody after Brees Hall went down.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, that's going to be the 7th and eighth place game. Good luck to good luck to AJ and Dom, who are those who involved. Yeah, we can go with that. We can go to Mike's game, the 5th place game. Already had some people play on Thursday. Go ahead and take us through it. What's going on so far? What's going to be going on ahead there, Mike Guy?
Well, I'm playing Ivan right now in the 5th place game. He already had Elliott, Schultz, and the Cowboys defense today, who did pretty good. Elliott didn't do the best, but Schultz he had the best game he's ever had this season, and the Cowboys defense did great. But luckily, I mean, I had the Cowboys kicker who had 10 points, so that's nice. Our projections are still 10 points within each other total, so I guess that's good for me at least. The projections don't really matter, but it's good to at least see that it's saying I still have somewhat of a chance. But I'm gonna need my team to do decent this week. I'm not really paying attention too much because I've been looking at the work league championship, but I'm gonna be picking up a new quarterback most likely, so we'll see. Mm. I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I think
Who's in front of me?
a
Pete.
certain waiver needs to clear for a certain somebody to be picked up. I
It's
think
Friday. Today's Thursday.
correct.
Alan, AJ, and Dom are in front of that.
Allen's not going to drop Josh Allen and play him.
Yeah.
I full disclosure. I mean, I already played a quarterback. AJ's not going to drop Patrick Mahomes, and Dom's not going to drop Justin Fields. So
That bad
there
is
you go. I
coming
think you're kind of in the
back.
clear.
The rapist is gone.
No.
I want to ride with the run with the Packers to the playoffs. So hopefully Watson does play this week so I can have that hook, but he didn't practice again today, so that's not good.
Yeah. Oh,
But
Christian Watson. Sorry.
oh
I was
yeah.
confused for a second.
Yeah. You gotta clarify because one Watson has a very bad reputation tied to his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. The other one hasn't been too bad. He only dropped a pass that they've just been blown out of proportion out of late. But I mean, other than that, yeah, the other Watson, way worse of the acts than
Wow.
he's done. Yeah, looking at it, James Conner, what a guy. And I think he's gonna have a solid week going up against Atlanta, who are just putrid. They're absolute dog shit. And then not much of a game through the air. I mean, I think it's
He
good
has
that
COVID.
It's hopeful that Hopkins is there with not with McSorley, but with Colt McCoy, that's much better connection. Trace McSorley is stinky PU. That'll be a better chance for Hopkins to have a much better game.
Yeah.
And then I guess the only downtrend is do you close your nose and pray for Adams? What do you do with this?
Yeah,
Jason
basically.
Stidham,
Hope that's Jarrett Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham, excuse me.
Throws Devontae Adams some touchdowns.
He'll be open. I mean, it's not like Devontae Adams got worse. He's going to be wide open. It's just a matter of this Stidham guy going to be able to get him the ball. It's going to be a tough go either way. They're going up against San Fran. I'm full disclosure. I might even bench Josh Jacobs this week. San Fran hasn't allowed a rusher over 60 yards this year. So I would have to pray that they get a touchdown, let alone even get in the red zone. I mean, that's going to be, again, hopeful. I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's risky.
It's very risky. Again, it's not like I care, but okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just I see Fournette most likely. He's fighting Rashard White a little bit for some spot, but it looks like he's going to be the starter as of right now. And yeah, he's got a little bit of the leg up on you in terms of points, but Elliott, the only thing that went his way was he had the rushing touchdown, and that's about it. So if James Conner does something like that, he'll be just fine, like I was mentioning. And then what is this? Kenneth Walker. He could do pretty well. Jets are a tough defense, but I think Geno Smith is going to have an opportunity to probably throw him the ball a couple times as well. Take it for what it is, because I have Chubb, and it's just when I've been paying attention to him a lot. Uh, he doesn't get the passing attempts now that Deshaun Watson is there. He just gets rushing attempts, so you might not have to worry about that all too much. Either way, that's all looking all pretty good. And he's starting Tyler Lockett, who's coming back from finger surgery just a week ago. So about a week ago, he had finger surgery. About a week ago. I like Jerry Judy this week, so that'll be good too. Either way, good shit. Yeah, you're right. Dalton Schultz had his best week of the year, of course, against you. That's just how it is. That's just how it be.
I have him in the work league,
so that helps. That helps.
I'm in the finals in that one, so
that's all that matters. That's, like I said, we'll be previewing that the next hour, second hour.
Stick around after hours.
Sticking around, yeah. We'll call it the happy hour, the post show, or whatever. Either way, I'll go. If you go on that, I can breeze through myself.
Yeah, my team's gonna cook. James Conner, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Mark Andrews, Amari Cooper, Christian Watson. The Packers defense, they all are gonna score me like hundreds of points. So I hope Ivan's ready for that.
Hundreds. I love that. There you go. Fuck it. Might as well. Quickly, yeah, like I said, I can quickly look through mine. We'll get to the main event, which is the championship between Sebastian and Pete. I'm going up against Alan in the third place game. I already had Dak Prescott go. He had CeeDee Lamb go. CeeDee Lamb at 22 and only 15 for Prescott as he turned the ball over 3 times like a dumbass. It's okay. The projections are basically even keel. I think we're 0.03 within each other at 136.49 and 136.52. Projection schmerschmection. I'll like I said, Josh Allen going up on Monday night. That'll be fun to watch. Whether or not I'm playing against him, I think that's just gonna be a fun, wild game, just to basically almost end the season. Almost like a precursor, an appetizer. Gonna hold my breath. I'll play Eckler. I'll see what we do with Josh Jacobs. Like I said, San Fran is going to be really tough. Diggs didn't practice today. He got a bellyache. He was sick. He got the sniffles or something. I'll rely on T. Higgins. I'll go with maybe Deontay Johnson. I still got Mike Evans in my back pocket, but he'll probably bite me in my ass again. Either way, maybe I throw in Evan Ingram. I wanted to jokingly, I was gonna be like, hey, maybe I pick up Marquise Brown because you dropped him and you traded for him. I'll play him against him. I also wanted to jokingly play AJ Dillon against him because he has Aaron Jones. But either way, looking okay. You got some question marks next to McCaffrey's name, next to Aaron Jones's name. I hope they don't play.
Giving Aaron Jones projected 16 points.
Yeah, low projection for McCaffrey. Usually he's around the 22, 24 mark or something like that. So yeah, low end. I maybe he's not doing as well as I thought he is. I haven't really been looking at everything. A limited practice on Thursday. He'll probably be good to go, but they'll maybe limit him on his output. They're basically secured that division, so they don't want to put too much of a load on him. Maybe they go with the rookie running back that they got. That'll be good. That'll be fun. Maybe again, like I just talked some shit on Juju Smith. Maybe he'll counter and have his best game against me, and that'll be fine while I have Travis Kelce. So that'll be cool too. I'll rely on Isaiah Pacheco, but I think he'll be countering it. Go with Jerick McKinnon, who for some reason, some way, just wants to be back-to-back number 1 running back on the 2 weeks prior, and then just take a back seat. So that's cool. Either way, tough go. And a good guy, Ramondre Stevenson. If he's healthy, I'll have to hold my breath. He'll probably be going crazy, getting like 6 receptions and something like that with 80 plus yards, maybe even a score. So there you go. That's my insight on that. Miami, their defense is awful. Either way, he gets a little bit of a leg up right now with the Thursday night game. But like I said, I'll put this third place game. I'm not going to say I'm not entirely not caring about it, but in terms of priority, it's second. I'm going to be focusing on the championship that I'm sitting in another league. So that's where it is. That's where it stays. Good luck, Alan. We'll see how it goes. And like I said, we were sitting there bullshitting back and forth. I was just like, yeah, Dak Prescott. I hope he throws not to CeeDee Lamb, and then he proceeds to basically only throw it to CeeDee Lamb today. So, so that's good. Either way, good shit. Good. It'll be good fun. This was a fun season, so we'll just hopefully just end off with a win. I think it was like my best regular season ever, and maybe even, in my opinion, maybe even my best draft. But I come up short because Stephon Diggs and Mike Evans. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna
There's
smoke
always
a
next
cigarette
season.
while you guys talk about this fucking championship so I can
Yeah.
calm down. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, with that being said, if you guys are good on my game, we can get to the main event, the main course, the championship between
The
Sebastian and
main
Pete.
course.
The main meat and potatoes. Here we go. And hey, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. You can check the receipts, check the recordings. I called it. You can be offended all you want. I said it's going to be the Battle of the Polacks, whatever, probably week 3 or week 4. And sure enough, that's exactly what it is. It's Pete versus Sebastian in the championship, in the fantasy Super Bowl. Sebastian, I feel like I've been talking enough, and take it away. What are we looking at?
Yeah.
No, I actually really enjoy the way you break it down. I want to hear your opinion, and then I'll have my little 2 points because I don't want to give up too much away because
Oh, okay, fair
there's
enough.
there's
Okay,
there's
yeah.
going to be some big switch ups. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's fuck it. I'm in the finals. I've been taking risks. So go ahead, Nick. I want to hear your analysis.
You've been taking risks. They've been paying off. Sure enough. I already kind of said it. I won't sway you either way. You got 2 solid quarterbacks, decent matchups on the week. If Hurts goes, even if he's not too good on the arm, he can make up for it on the rushing. And Trevor Lawrence going up against Houston, while they're tough on some defenses against the passing, because everyone throws against them. It's an odd statistical anomaly right now that they have. He's like the top. He's still top 10 in fantasy quarterbacks. Can't go wrong right now in terms of who you're going to start with. I do, however, I think Jared Goff on Pete's end, one of the better quarterback matchups on the week. They have one of the highest scoring totals in the game, like of all the games, I think, in all the matchups. Like I said earlier, like 52.5 or something like that. Like I said, he's got some heavy hitters. Joe Mixon, he hasn't been too crazy. Buffalo's defense has been lackadaisical against rushing offenses. So maybe you just have to watch out for a little bit on Mixon. However, Dalvin Cook hasn't really been himself, and I think with the Green Bay Packers, like Mike has been alluding to, they're going to be hungry. They're going to want to shut him down. Might be focusing on Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson, of course, is on your team. So, I mean, in all sort of ways, he's going to cook. You guys are just stacked on all sorts of ends. I mean, you can't really go wrong any sort of way. I see, even if maybe Jalen Hurts doesn't go or whatnot, I think Pete seems to be confident enough to play Devontae Smith and AJ Brown back to back, and that's good. And it makes a ton of sense. New Orleans isn't really that good. Monter St. Brown, one of the most underrated guys in the league. I'll probably end up, again, full disclosure, I'll probably end up be targeting me highly next year for the draft and something like that. He's been crazy on his matchups, very good in everything that he does. He's going to line up against Chicago, and he's got the hook right there with Jared Goff and Amon St. Brown. So that's going to be fun to watch. You can counter it a little bit. You got DeAndre Swift. They love going rushing at the goal line. So that's going to be a fun game to watch. You got Swift, you got Etienne, you got Keenan Allen, you got Justin Jefferson, you got some fucking killers, and you got Waddle ready to go in your flex spot as well. You're locked and loaded. You're ready to go. So is Pete. This is going to be a fun and very exciting championship. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just knocked it out of the park. I mean, and it was funny too because I was thinking between Goff and Trevor Lawrence. But the thing is, I mean, who's the cornerback that we drafted? The Bears drafted. He got back-to-back pick games. Like, I think a lot of people are underestimating our pass defense. I think it's just under rush. Just like we can't stop goddamn thing. I mean, we just made the second Cook look like he's Dalvin Cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the Bills. So yeah, and I feel like it's like it's a battle of two different philosophies. Pete has very stud like running backs with Joe Mixon and Cook. I mean,
you got Mixon, Cook,
definitely,
and Kamara going, yeah, and then
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about Kamara. He even has him on the bench. And Teller is your we mentioned earlier, he's been going off, and mine's is just very wide receiver heavy with Waddle, Garrett Wilson, Justin Jefferson, and Keenan Allen. It's unfortunate that Tua is out. I mean, I'm hoping the best for the man.
Mike
But Waddle,
McDaniels is going to be in the hot seat.
yeah, oh no way, no way.
No, can't be.
That guy is just
He
way
didn't get
too.
cleared again. He had a concussion again. He played the whole game.
That's a
Feels
tough
didn't
look, yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't know. That comes down to not just his decision. That would be like throughout the entire franchise. That wouldn't just come down on his head. It
Yeah,
is a
but
tough
it
look. It is a
doesn't
very
look
tough
good
look.
on them.
No, of course not. No, not by any
It's really
means.
the trainers more that are clearing him.
Yeah.
yeah, that's their
100%.
sole responsibility to. That's their job. You know what I mean? And if you don't have like concussion like symptoms, which Tua wasn't like wobbling or anything like that, or like showing any symptoms, at least in my opinion, no one even
Yeah.
like mentioned it during the game. You know what I mean? And then you just, what was it? When did the news break out? Like 2 days ago, where he just came in, said that he has concussion like symptoms.
Yeah.
That's a
They
big
showed the
worry for me.
play where he like bounced his head off
Mhm.
the ground and stuff.
And
Yeah,
that's a
he
big
shouldn't
worry
return
for
the
me.
rest of this year. I don't think
Yeah.
that's not
No.
a good move. And that
Yeah.
yeah, especially the way the concussion protocol has been this year. It's been like you said, the league has been coming down so hard. It's been such a main topic of discussion on all of the radio shows, all the daytime TV sports shows. Probably Stephen A. yelling, "I can't believe that they're having him out there again. He's just bouncing his head off the ground like a basketball." Yeah, I mean it's
Oh
just
my
it's
God.
outrageous. I mean, no, that play was pretty brutal. He comes down,
Oh my
he
God.
bounces pretty bad. That one's a pretty bad one. So I don't think, not a good look for the Dolphins. And yeah, sure enough, that was one of the QB moves that were made. Justin Herbert, it's tough. It's like you two shitters in a row. You're going up against the Rams, who
Yeah.
they're motivated to win still because they don't have a draft pick to worry about. But Herbert's just hasn't been doing too well. People have been. While they're constantly like, is he good? Is he worth anything? And then when they question him, he's like, oh, he does well. He has this 300-yard game and 3 touchdowns and whatnot. And then he's like, oh, he's actually good to go. And then again, just these 2 back-to-back shit weeks. You're like, what do we do with Herbert? How do we know? And it's tough to say. Like, oh, earlier on they were like, oh, Mike Williams is out, Keenan Allen's is out. Got to give him a break. Now he's back, and there hasn't really been producing. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe he turns around and has a good week. Either way. He made the move for Tyler Algier. Doesn't look like he's going to play him, but he's going to maybe go with Cam Akers against a really shitty Chargers rushing defense. But like you said, you're countering with still Garrett Wilson and still Jalen Waddle in there as of right now. So we'll go. That's pretty solid. I mean, looking at anything forward, any preview, anything. I don't know. Like you say, you don't want to spill the beans. You don't want to spill your guts and show your hand right now. But how you feeling? Any final thoughts going into this week?
Just the biggest thing is Waddle. I mean, it's just unquestioned like that. I mean, it just sucks because he is a stud. But when Tua hasn't played, the 2 games that Teddy Bridgewater started are the 2 lowest games for Waddle. 5 points against the Bengals and then 5 points against the Jets. So I'm
well, to be fair, the receivers playing against the Jets, roughly they only average like 11 points in fantasy wise. Again, against the Bengals, still pretty tough. You can it's a really toss up if you're gonna get stellar A+ Jesse Bates type performance when it comes to that. Sometimes I know Eli Apple either shows up or he doesn't. He's just kind of a walking meme, of course. But I sometimes that Bengals defense can lock you down. So it's I know it's a little tough, but I'm looking at your lineup, looking at your bench. I think it kind of looking like Waddle is one of your best bets. I don't want to sit here and dish nothing, but you can sit here and pray that maybe Dotson does something crazy, but he's kind of in the same boat. Like, do you rely on Carson Wentz? Do you go back to Brandon Ayuk with Purdy? Latavius Murray didn't have that great of a game. He's going up against Kansas City. That's a toss-up of whether or not Kansas City wants to defend. So I feel you. You got a lot of options. You got some talent. So I mean, always consider that the talent will always probably beat out any sort of matchup or like surprise thing like that. So again, I don't want to sit here and be the fucking reason that anything that your decision was making. So just be that as it may. Oh yeah, and then yeah, like you said earlier, Kamara on the bench. Weird. I don't know what the question mark is and whether or not he even participated in practice, but that'll be something. Oh, personal wasn't spotted on Thursday's practice. Maybe he's going to jail because he'll
Yeah.
finally deal with beating up those people. Was it him or was it?
Oh
Yeah, that
my
was his. That was his like
It was his entourage.
rolling group
Yeah.
of people that were just
Yeah.
going around beating people up at festivals. Like, what are you doing, dude? Uh, Either way, that's looking pretty good. Fun matchup. Can't fucking wait. I know you, of course you can't wait. You're ready to go. You
Yeah.
got you got your jersey in the cart ready to go, or you got your booze bottle in the cart ready to go, or whatever you want to do, however you want to solve it with sadness or solve it with some happiness, whatever you want to do. Either way, this has been pretty fun, pretty good. If you got any final thoughts on this preview, we can get into a little bit of betting if we had some thoughts on that, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, it's been a great season. Again, the NFL fantasy app, screw you for saying that I'm going two wins. They projected I was going to go 2 wins, and
Really?
the Rice just lose out.
Wow.
I'll show you guys the email if you guys are over at Mike's.
Oh yeah,
place
that's
for the
right. I
game.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, yeah, we made it through here. I'm excited for it. Happy that like it's 2 people that haven't won yet. I had it once, lost against Brian. I don't know if Pete's ever been in it, but
I think he
yeah.
might have been.
I think he's been in the finals before. Yeah.
I think he has been.
So someone's got to drop their. Someone's obviously going to get that dub, unless it comes down to a tie.
That would be
Who should lift the
insane.
belt.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
There's no way you guys could. There would have to be some sort of
It would
tiebreaker.
come down to bench points. Comes down to
Oh,
bench
really?
points. Yeah. So in that case, I don't know. Pick up some people who you think is gonna go off. I don't know. Maybe
I'm gonna
pick up. You can
Aaron
repick up
Rodgers.
J.K. Dobbins again. You can go
Yeah.
off on your bench like he usually
It
does.
should be a good one. This is what we
That's
all
a good point.
wait for. This is the game we all fight for. So
Yeah.
best of luck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been a great season. So
This has been fun. And of course, I mean, this won't be the last episode. This has probably been the longest episode, of course, going to be for good reason. We're talking.
I was thinking we
week.
could do one more.
Yeah, I think we do one
after
more
who-
recap who won and everything throughout. And I think that would actually, jokingly, we did it like about our league, our individual championship league. But I think we go through recap the draft and we go through what went right, what went wrong, who were the big hitters, who were the biggest sleepers, I suppose. I think that would be fun to do. So maybe throughout the, Mike, I think you have the picture saved of this draft, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I actually still have the draft board.
Yeah. Oh,
somewhere.
yeah. That's even better. That's awesome. So yeah, if anything, yeah, we have the source. We'll be able to go through that. So that would be pretty fucking fun. I think.
Yeah, we could do it in
yeah, I'd like
person,
that.
and I
Yeah.
could put it on the
Yeah.
wall or something.
Yeah,
and-
that'd be fantastic. That'd be a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go through. We'll recap our draft. What went right? What went wrong? How?
I know
whoever.
something that went wrong for me or off the bat. I picked Darnell Mooney in like the 4th or 5th round or something.
There we go. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. Yeah,
You also-
exactly.
didn't
Just
you
shit
pick
like
Aaron
that.
Rodgers early too.
Yeah, I waited for him, but I actually, for me, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
have to see.
we'll
him
definitely
back.
have to recap. We'll definitely look through it.
Yeah,
Either
I'm
way,
curious about
we'll-
that now.
Yeah, exactly. We'll quickly wrap up with some betting with some quick betting guy. Points bet, head on over there. Point. Hopefully code SYS9 still works either way. If it don't, it'll get you 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. As long as you're in Illinois, Iowa, or New Jersey. Be 21 and over, and of course 100 gambler if you have any issues. I got a quick 6-leg parlay. I know Mike has maybe a play or two, and Sebastian might have a play or two. I'll run through mine really quick. If you want the money line parlay, you can go ahead and go through mine, or you can, like I said, you can fade me, you can ride with me, or you can ride with Mike, ride with Sebastian, whatever you want to do, as long as you use that code SYS9. I don't give a fudge. We're gonna go with this 6 leg right here, sitting at plus 736. We're gonna go with the Chargers money line. We're going to go with the Browns, money line. We're going to go with the Niners, 49ers to be in fact, money line. The New York Giants, money line. The Kansas City Chiefs, money line. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, money line. All that, like I said, comes out to plus 736. Excuse me. You can maybe add on to your bonus with that, and it'll come out to you a little bit more. Get some juice. Go ahead and throw that on there. Sounds like a fun parlay. A little bit of fun things to do. Look forward to. PointsBet. Go ahead and enjoy that. What do you guys got? Some bets, some individual plays?
Mike, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Cleveland Browns plus money
There you go.
against the Commanders. Carson Wentz is back. That's
He's
I
back,
mean,
baby.
what else is there to say?
Oh yeah,
The Browns are plus money. Carson Wentz stinks. And Deshaun Watson finally gets it done this week, I think, with Nick Chubb and company. Nick Chubb hasn't been doing too well the past couple weeks. I think that they can finally figure it out and beat the Commanders this week. And you just bet on them by yourself, or you could say, fuck it. Make the Packer playoff push parlay. Put the Commanders. No, actually, fade the Commanders. What the fuck? Put the Browns and the Packers, parlay them. They need the Browns to win. Commanders lose. Packers win. They need one more win at Lambeau against the Lions. They beat the Vikings. They beat the Vikings this week. Justin
Vikings.
Jefferson locked down, goes nowhere, catches a cold because it's freezing. Aaron Rodgers, 500 yards.
Guaranteed.
That's locked in. Romeo Dubs, 2 touchdowns. Christian Watson's going to watch a blowout Packers win on the sidelines. Don't need them. Vikings get shut out.
Oh my god.
Packers win 41-0.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I see why you want Aaron Rodgers so bad for your fantasy this week, for your waiver wire pickup.
You should just bet the spread, alternate spread, Packers minus 20.5.
It's gotta be like
Oh
plus
my God.
700.
Packers minus 17 plus 500. Bet it.
1-800-GAMBLER if you have an issue. Do you have a bet? You have any plays, Sebastian?
I like that. You just dropped it in there right after that. Yeah, I don't have like a parlay.
You don't need a
or anything
part.
like
Yeah,
that.
if you have
Yeah, if you
anything,
just
any
have
insight,
anything.
anything you're feeling, you're an inch
Yeah.
into. If you don't, that's fine too. We can, like you said,
Jaguars definitely -4 taking that spread. I feel like it's definitely get it done. Like Houston
yeah.
Texans are like a team that is a feisty. Browns. This one is like against the Commanders, against fucking Carson Wentz, dude. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, Watson hasn't been the same player, but he's also hasn't been like Zach Wilson type, where he's like, dude, he's gotta
No.
go.
understandable. Yeah.
And plus, they have Nick Chubb, like, dude, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, like, so you could always just fall back on the run game.
I mean, they got Amari Cooper, they got
Yeah.
Njoku, like they have a very good team. They just haven't been having the season they wanted.
Yeah. I also
Hopefully-
think as long as Jadeveon Clowney is good to go for the defense, that might also be a plus. I think he was out last week in the Saints game. Yeah, they also came down to a lot of people were saying it was ridiculously cold, a lot of weather in that game, but I think that ended up hitting the over, but because it was at 33.5 or something like that. Yeah, that's not the worst decision. You said Browns, you're thinking maybe the money line on that, maybe even the spread just to counter on
spread
that.
2.5. I mean, you might as well.
Yeah,
Plus 2.5.
exactly. That's why I always do that too.
No. Then I might as well do the money line. Actually, you're right. Since they're
get a little plus money if you're feeling
yeah.
confident enough that they're gonna win. Roll with the money line, get a little plus money out of it.
Money line.
Yeah.
And then Kirk Cousins dropping 600 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. what is it, Jair Alexander? Who's that?
Yeah, Jair
Yeah.
Alexander,
Jair
yeah.
Alexander gets mossed
Oh,
4 times.
man. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, maybe I don't understand.
No,
AJ's
I'm
back
not
and
touching
forth.
that
He's got some work stuff to worry about, but good on him. He hung on to Kirk Cousins, whether he knew it or not. He was actually going to have some value, not only with matchups, but good on him for taking away the hook between that could have potentially happened with you and Kirk Cousins and Justin
Kirk
Jefferson.
Cousins is fucked this week.
I think you think that. I know obviously the Packer fan's gonna say that, but
Jair Alexander, 3 interceptions.
bank
Rasul
it, book it.
Douglas tackles Kirk Cousins so hard he gets taken out of the game.
It's
Kirk
gonna
Cousins is a
it's gonna
trooper,
split his
though.
spleen in half.
He's a trooper.
Packers win 58-0.
It just keeps going up. It just keeps going up.
Congratulations to Mason Crosby for having the most games in Green Bay Packer history. I was told that on Christmas Day. Yeah, so
more than any Packer, Mason Crosby.
there you go. That's fun. It's good for a kicker to have one of the best highest regarded for things for the franchise. So that's fun. That's fun. Either way, like we usually do,
What about Aaron Rodgers? What about Brett Favre? What about him?
Nope, Mason Crosby. He's your best guy. That's what you get.
Yeah, your best player.
Probably
of
the
all
most
time is a
points
kicker.
ever. Probably the most points ever scored in the Packers franchise as well, just because he keeps kicking. Very accurate. I'll give him that. Either way, like I said, we
lucky.
about wrapped up over here like we usually do. We have our last parting words with the commish, Mike Fatigato. Any last final words to wrap us up over here, like we usually say?
My final words is this is it. It all comes down to this week.
Does.
This is it. Pete versus Sebastian. 2 heavy hitting teams all season long. We've talked about them all season. Unstoppable teams. Both have scored. I mean, you both have had weeks where you've scored like 180 points, like shitload of points. So it's going to be a good one. Again, I love that both of you haven't won before, so that'll make it very interesting. And I just hope it's a close one and it's a good one. And we'll see what happens, man. It should be very exciting.
Ought to be a good one. Ought to be a blast. That about wraps it up over here. And the D's Nuts Fantasy Football week number 17. That's we're a little late over here, a little blown out, but like we usually do. Thank you, Sebastian. Any last words?
Man.
Final thoughts, Jim?
As of course, dude. Thank you for having me on this podcast. I love it. Looking forward to next week's episode to see what happens. Yeah, it's been a fun season. Can't believe I actually made it back to the finals. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to be optimistic about it. Yes. And Pete, whoever loses, one of us the loser has to get sent out to Ukraine. So
you got to take a bus there. That's our running theme here.
Get on the bus, Pete.
You're going to be playing some Call of Duty in real life now, but I'm kidding. So yeah, hopefully it's a close game. And just hopefully it's not a blowout. I don't want to see a blowout one way or the other. Actually, I would. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But I think it would be more for the memory if it was close. Yeah. And it comes down to my kicker. And my kicker sent the current champ home from the playoffs. So hopefully my kicker can send Pete packing on the bus. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Well,
and happy New Year to everybody. I mean, we'll won't have an episode by then, so
yeah, obviously, yeah, absolutely. So good luck to everybody in every other championship form. If you're in another league like myself and Mike, we're both in championships there. We're in a championship here. That's the main focus, as of course. Thank you as always for listening, joining, watching, whatever you're doing. Like I said, PointsBet, code SYS9. Do yourself a favor, go ahead and do that. Until then, enjoy yourself. Good luck to everybody everywhere. Take care.
Mother.
Go Pack, go.
No, that's not how we end it. Bye-bye.